Hi, I'm Karen, and I'm a yarn addict. Well, how are y'all doing? I've been so bad about getting videos done. I am so sorry, but I'm going to do my best to get some done. I said that last week and week before probably, but I'm so sorry. But I'm doing this video today. Oh, first of all, let me explain. I am Karen, and I am a yarn addict, and this is my channel, A Yarn Addict with Karen. And on here, I talk about yarn, and I talk about crochet, and a little bit of everything else. But today, I'm going to be talking about crochet hooks. That's right, crochet hooks. Let me look, make sure I've got, yes, I do. I was going to have to put y'all on pause and run off a minute, I thought, if I had not brought this in here. There's 10 questions going around, and I'm probably late doing all, well, I know I'm late doing it because it was back, but I think there's still people doing it. So I'm going to go on and do it. And I'm going to tell y'all a little story first about crochet hooks, because when you ask sometimes, what kind of crochet hook do you use? Years ago, all we had was just the plain metal hooks, like the hero hooks and stuff like that, and that's all I ever used. So when I started back crocheting, that's the hooks, I had were the metal hooks. Well, I've got a lot of problems with my hands due to the problems that are in my neck, which have caused all kind of things. And those just straight metal, like the hero hooks and the kind of hooks that were all, floating around years ago, that everybody used years ago, that was what I had. And I don't even know what sizes I had back then. There wasn't a lot of them. Just, basically I crocheted with 4-weight acrylic yarn, so it was something that suited 4-weight acrylic yarn. And when I started back years ago, I didn't have any hooks that really were comfortable in my hand. One of the first main projects that I did when I started back crocheting, I started back doing some just hats and some scarves, just, playing around with crocheting because I had always enjoyed it, and so I wanted to, really start crocheting again. And my daughter had just found out that she was pregnant with Hazel, my little granddaughter. Up till that point in time, I'm just rattling, y'all. Years ago, I would make a blank baby blanket for somebody and just do odds and ends, things like that, and just, didn't do a lot. But then I got back into crocheting and started loving to do everything. So my daughter asked me, she said, "Can you make a baby blanket?" For the baby at that time. She didn't have her name. And I was like, well, of course I can make a baby blanket. And we picked out the yarn, and it was a thick 5 or 6 bulky to make the baby blanket, and I had to get a big hook. So after that, being that the hook was bigger, it was a metal hook, I believe, or some type of hook like that. But being bigger, it was easier for me to use. And so I started looking online, and I found just a cheap set of hooks really from Amazon, but they were the ergonomic type hooks. And so I bought them, and I crocheted on a couple of years, I guess, with them, or a year or two. And I kept hearing people talk about the different brands of hooks. And I was, at that point in time, I had not just been watching, of course, everybody wasn't on YouTube at that time, but there were a lot of people that were on, and I watched Crystal with Bag a Day, of course, and all, she loves the old hero hooks, and that's fantastic for her. And I knew, though, that I couldn't use those metal hooks. And so I also watched Krista at the Secret Yarnery, and she always talked about Clover hooks. And I thought, there's not that big a difference. You know, these hooks of mine look like the Clover hooks, so, you know, what's the big deal? But I decided one day when I was looking on Amazon again, I saw that they had some of the Clover hooks individually on sale. So well, we're going to get into these different kinds of hooks. Different size hooks. I saw a hook that was one of my favorite, and I bought it. And when I started crocheting with that hook, I was like, I can't believe this. It was such a big difference how easy and how wonderful that hook went in and out of the yarn and crocheted. I was just in shock. I told my son the day that hook came in, he was here with me, and I was like, I can't believe this. I never thought that there would be that big of a difference in the crochet hooks. I figured a hook was a hook, you know. But it wasn't. So I'm going to do these 10 questions about hooks, and we'll get into my favorite hooks now. Because the first question is, what is your favorite brand? And Clover is my favorite brand. But I'm going to tell y'all something that has just happened. I'm going to show y'all this Furl Streamline hook. And on the box, it's got that pretty picture of a hook. I won this from our Gifts of Love. And I've seen Furl hooks. I've never bought a Furl's hooks, but I've seen them. And I've thought, I don't know if those hooks would be for me. I always thought they were beautiful hooks. But I got this gorgeous hook last week, and this is one of the things I was going to show everybody that I got. It's an eye hook, if y'all can see that. I don't know if y'all can see that at all. A 5.5 millimeter hook, and so I said, well, I'm gonna give it a try. And I started crocheting with it, and first couple of little things, I hadn't crocheted anything other than getting yarn out and just trying it, you know. But I don't know if it may be pretty good. But right now, Clover, and this is a Clover 4.5 hook. These Clover hooks, and I doubt y'all can see it, they've got, it's, wrote in the hook down here. It's not just like a marker or something on it. It's etched. That's the word I'm looking for. It's etched in the hook, so it'll be there, I feel like. And then it's got Clover, but I love these things. They've got such, it's just a matte finish on it, but it's real slick and just as, I don't know what it is about them, but I do love them. So Clover is my favorite brand. Y'all gonna say when you watch this video, how in the world did she make that video so long? Because Karen loves to run her mouth. How I did it. But what is your favorite hook size? And my favorite hook size is a J hook, which is 6.0. I was looking this, thought it said 5. I thought, what in the world happened? If y'all can see the difference in these hooks, this is a J hook, which is a little bigger. This is a 5.5, and this is a 6. A J hook is kind of my go-to size, but I like really to say my favorite working in would be a K, which is a 6.5 down to what letter is this one about? Well, the 5.5 doesn't have a, it doesn't have a letter. The 5.0 is a G, so in between the G and, what's the 5? Oh, my 5.0 is off on a job. I'm sorry, I don't. So the 5.0 must be H hook. So this is in between the G and the H, and it's got the number size besides the millimeters, or yeah, I'm gonna confuse myself. If anybody goes by numbers, it's a number 7 hook. It's a 5.5, and it's in between the I and the G. I think I'm right. No, the H and the I. Forget it. I'm not even going to try. Confuse yourself, Karen. It's terrible. Anyway, I'm going to get through these questions and quit blabbing. Put those hooks down. So my favorite size is K is IJK. How about that? Those 3 are kind of in the group, but I will drop down like to the 4 and the G, say from G up to K. I don't like to drop down smaller than a G, but I have occasionally. So, do you like the tapered or inline? I'm going to quickly try to tell you this. From my understanding, this furls is an inline hook. And you see the way that it comes down, the head is the exact same size here as the shaft, and what it does, it's just niched in here. This is my understanding. A tapered is that it comes down and it doesn't kind of have that point or sharper edge, and it's just kind of tapered down. And I may be wrong, but this was my understanding. I was told some years ago the difference. And that was really why I didn't think I'd like the furls, because they are the inline hooks, is my understanding. I just like it with the rounded head. I don't know which is the best way, if that's showing that rounded part right there. I like that better. The yarn seems to glide. I've always thought that the furls would catch, and I guess if you're crocheting a little bit better than I do, you wouldn't catch on it. But do you hold your hook, the knife grip or the pencil? I'm a knife. I tried videos and even watched tutorials of people that do the pencil, and I can't do it, y'all. I tried because I thought maybe that would be better than, but it's not for me. So, does the style of hook dictate how you crochet? I'm not really sure what they're trying to get at with that, but no, the style of hook, I don't think so, because I only use basically now the Clovers, and I guess that's the style of hooks, or being an inline or a tapered or a ergonomic, or I'm not sure. I'm doing a pitiful job at this. Do you like ergonomics or regular? I love ergonomics. Have you ever tried a lighted hook? Yes, I have, and I did have one here. And if y'all hadn't seen a lighted hook, the shaft is clear plastic, and it's got a light down in it. And the lighted hook would be great to help you crochet with, like when you're using a darker yarn to see which stitch to go in. But I found out you have to be real careful about how you're holding your yarn and hook, or that little light just shines up in your eyes, or it did in mine. So I've used it, but I've never just totally tried to crochet anything big with it because it really bothered me being, and that's more than likely probably just the way I crochet. So I've got, have you tried in? I don't know if that's inline or if that's, I don't know what question 8 is here. I'm so sorry. Number 9 is, do you like projects that require small hooks like the little stainless steel, or large hooks? I've got the set of large Clover hooks, and if I ever use, I don't mind working with them with a large project, and I've got a couple of the stainless large hooks. They do fine being that they're bigger. But the little bitty stainless straight hooks, I can't use. And that's all basically because of the way my hands are. If you could only use 2 sizes, I guess, forever, what would they be? And they would probably be a K and a, let's drop down to a G, a 4.0. So those would be, this would be small enough to do the smaller projects, and the K would be large enough to do the bigger projects. There, I got through 10 questions and told y'all a whole bunch more gobbledygook that y'all didn't need to hear. I hope y'all stuck with those 10 questions and listened to my rambling, and I hope some way you got some kind of enjoyment out of my crazy stuff. But that's what I think about hooks, y'all. Nothing educational. I'm sure that y'all got out of it, my opinion and what I like and dislike. But I'm so thankful that y'all were here. I appreciate all of y'all. I would love for y'all to come back. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I wish you'd go ahead and subscribe. I just love having more friends. The more the merrier, in my opinion. So, and then if you leave me a comment down below and tell me what size hooks y'all like and what kind y'all like, and if I was right about the inline and the tapered, because that's just what I've always heard. So I may be completely backwards and need to be retaught about what, because like I said, I didn't know hardly anything about hooks when I started back, and I guess years ago I just used what went with the yarn. So that was my knowledge on hooks, which shows y'all real quick I don't have a lot of knowledge. I have never tried a tulip. I've tried the Boyd. I've got a few of those, and I've tried a couple of the Hobby Lobby, and I can't think of the rest of the names. And like I said, this is my first furl, so I'm trying it out now. Well, y'all please know what you gotta do. Keep coming back, because I'm gonna be here, and y'all know it. I love you all.